Hello student, Hemant is here. So we have started our chapter called Force and Friction. In this chapter, we have already covered the introduction part. What is force, what is friction force, okay, and their causes also. So today we will discuss the force in detail and the causes of the force, means what force can cause, okay. So we will discuss about all these things. So what is force basically? The force is nothing but the pull or push of an object, okay. So we will discuss from your notes that I have prepared for you. So let me share the notes or slide first, then we will discuss. Okay, so today we are going to understand about what do you mean by the force and its causes. Okay, most of the time what happens, such type of questions are being asked. That's why I have prepared your notes on the basis of the question and its explanation for the answer. Okay, so in physics, the force is any influence. What is force is nothing but the any kind of influence. Okay, when what is in physics, the force is any influence that when unopposed or will change the motion of an object. Okay, that influence force that in order to change the motion of an object is called as the force. Okay, so the force can causes an object with mass to change its velocity, okay, which includes to begin moving from the state or the rest. Means if object is in motion, so we can change the motion of an object, or if object is in rest condition, so we can cause the motion of that object by applying the force. Okay, that means to accelerate. What is acceleration? It is nothing but the motion, but in a the rate of change in motion is called as beta acceleration. Okay, we will discuss that also. We are discussing about the force. So to accelerate force, that is acceleration. What is acceleration? Like suppose any object is moving, okay, means it is in motion. By applying force, if we will change the motion of an object, maybe we can increase the speed or we can decrease the speed, or we will say the velocity. Okay, so the rate of change in velocity is called as beta acceleration. That means we can accelerate the object by applying the force. Okay, so force can also be described as the push or pull of an object. Okay, the push or pull of an object is called as beta force. Okay, so now what are the main causes of force? We will discuss one by one. Okay, so first cause of force we are going to discuss now. Okay, so a push or pull can change the shape of the speed of the moving object. That we can say that means like the pull or push can change the speed of an object, or we can say also like the force can change the speed of an object. Is it? Yes, so let's discuss from here. If the force is applied in the direction of the speed, okay, the direction of something, like it is incomplete here. Wait a second, let me complete that. Okay, so if force is applied in the direction of the motion of the object, then its speed increases. Okay, if suppose this is the bicycle rider we have, and suppose bicycle is moving in this particular direction. Okay, this is the, wait a second, let me change the ink. Okay, so this is the bicycle rider, and suppose bicycle is moving in this particular direction. If we will apply the force in same direction, means in the direction of motion of an object, then the velocity of an object will increase. Velocity will increase. Or we are thinking like different way. if bicycle is moving in this direction and if you are applying force from the opposite direction, then what will happen? The speed of, or we can say the velocity of that particular person by the bicycle will decrease. Okay, it will decrease. Okay, so if like suppose object is moving and if you are applying force in the direction of motion of an object, then its velocity or speed will going to increase. Or if you are applying force from the opposite direction of the motion of an object, then the speed or velocity of an object will decrease. Okay, so if the force is applied in the direction of opposite to direction of the motion of an object, then the speed of an object will decrease. Okay, if you will apply the force from this direction, then the velocity will decrease. Or if we will apply the force from this direction, then the velocity of an object will increase. Okay, that means if you are applying force to the any object in its direction where the motion of the object is being performing, so its speed will increase. Okay, if object is moving in this direction and if you are applying force from the opposite direction, then the velocity or the speed of an object will decrease. Okay, so I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that and you have to write down on your notebook also. Okay, so take a screenshot. Now we are going to discuss the second one. Okay, what is it? What is it? It is the effect of force. Okay, or the cause of force means what force can cause. Okay, so the force. Oh, wait a second. Okay, the force can change the direction of the moving object. Okay, the force can change the direction of the moving object. Okay, so it will means if by applying the force we can change the direction of any moving object. Okay, so let's discuss from here. See, suppose here we have the cricketer. Here we have the cricketer and cricketer is hitting that particular ball by the bat. So initially the direction of motion of ball is in this direction. But when batsman hit that particular ball by using the bat, so the direction of the object will change. See, here we can say the direction of object or ball in this direction. That means the direction of object has changes by applying the force. And the force is applied by the batsman through the bat. Okay. So a change in either speed of moving or any direction or both refers to the change in its state of the motion. Okay, suppose if you are moving through any bicycle, okay, you are riding the bicycle and if you are getting any turning, so you are applying force like this. Okay, means you are, suppose if you want to turn right hand side, you have to apply forward direction force on the left hand side and you have to just little pull the right hand side the handle towards you, then the bicycle will move in this direction. Okay, means right direction. So that means you are applying the force in order to change the direction of any moving object. Thus the force can change the direction of the motion. Okay, this is because the batsman applied the force on the ball and changes its direction. Okay, so this is a diagram by which you can understand how the direction of the moving object can be changed by applying the force. Okay, so force is applied by the bat on the ball and the direction of motion of the ball will changes accordingly. Okay, so the ball changes direction and moves away from that batsman. Okay, that means the ball was moving toward the batsman first, but batsman when hitted that particular ball, then the direction of motion of the ball will going to change in this particular direction. Okay, so again this is the second cause of the force and it is very important. So I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that and you have to remember the examples also. Okay, so take a screenshot. Okay, so today's third point we are going to discuss the cause of the force. Okay, so force can change the shape of an object. So by applying force we can change the shape of an object. Here we have some examples but we will go through that after the theoretical part. Okay, so when a force is act on an object and the object may changes its shape either by bending or stretching or compression. Okay, so here we have the stretching part. Rubber band is been, the is been stretched, so its shape will change. Here we have the sponge. Generally, we are very aware about that sponge, and most of the time they are used for the making furniture and all. Okay, so this is the sponge by which if you will apply the force, the shape of the sponge will change accordingly. Okay, and the squeeze of the spring. See here we have the spring. Okay, spring like this. Okay, so if you will apply the force from this direction, the shape of the spring will change like this. Okay, so this is the rubber band before applying the force and this is after applying the force. Here that sponge looks like in this particular shape when if we are not applying any force, but by applying force we can change the shape of an object. Okay, so you will observe change over here. Okay, in all the cases there is a change in their shape. Okay, that's why we can say the force can cause the change in shape of an object. Okay, so the pull of an object ends apart. Example, like when a rubber band is stretched. Okay, if we will stretch the rubber band, then its size will going to change. Okay, and push an object ends together, like we have when an empty drinks can be squeezed properly or easily. Okay, so this is the we have the can which is made up of the tea. Okay, so if it is not even useful, then you can just apply the force by your hand, then you will be able to change the shape of an object. Okay, so student, again this is our third slide, so I want everyone had to take a screenshot for that, and after completion of the class you have to write it down on your notebook also. Okay, so student, this is all about today. We will continue our next lecture. Okay, so आज इतना ही करते हैं आज के लिए. Bye bye. And one more thing, for better understanding, do repeat the video once. Okay, so आपको सारे के सारे जो concepts है वो clear हो जाएंगे and you will feel like more confident. Okay, so if you like the video, so do comment on the comment box. Okay, so bye bye beta.